Have you ever been asked, what is it like where you live, and only been able to say the name of your city, when actually your neighborhood has a whole personality you could describe if only you had the words? Today, we're giving you those words.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Nest. I'm Mia, and I'm here with Max.
Hey everyone, I'm Max, and today we are zooming in.
Not the big picture, the small, honest one.
In episode 64, we talked about cities, the big picture.
Today, we are going smaller, more personal, your street, your area, your neighborhood.
Because the neighborhood is where your actual daily life happens.
Where you actually spend your time, not where the guidebook sends you.
Not the famous landmark in the city center, the cafe you go to every Saturday morning.
The park you cut through on the way to work.
The corner where the flowers are always blooming in spring.
Those details are your neighborhood, and they make the most interesting conversation.
The tourist version and the real version are very different.
Mia, describe your neighborhood to me, like you are telling a friend.
Like I have never been there before.
Okay, it is in the east of the city. Fairly quiet street, but only about 10 minutes walk from a really busy area.
So it is not in the middle of everything.
No, but close enough that I can access everything easily. I like that balance.
Balance here means having both things, the quiet and the access.
There is a very good independent bookshop just around the corner from me.
Independent means not part of a chain, owned by one person or family.
And a farmer's market every Saturday morning about a 5-minute walk away.
That market is what sold you on the neighborhood.
That market is entirely the reason I chose the flat.
Ha! Tell us more.
Fresh bread, local cheese, flowers, a coffee stall that makes the best oat flat white I have ever had.
You had me at flowers.
Ha! The vibe is creative. A lot of artists and independent businesses.
Vibe means the overall atmosphere and feeling of a place.
It feels like a neighborhood that takes itself seriously but is not pretentious.
Pretentious means trying too hard to seem impressive or sophisticated.
You know the feeling. Some areas feel like they are performing being cool.
You can feel the effort, and effort defeats the whole point.
This one is just actually cool, or actually nice. Whatever it is genuine.
Genuine means real and authentic, not manufactured.
What about yours, Max?
Mine is very different, much more urban, much more dense.
Dense means tightly packed. Lots going on in a small area.
I am on the Upper West Side. Tall buildings, busy streets, people from everywhere.
New York is the most international city I have ever spent time in.
There is a fantastic deli. A deli is a shop selling prepared food and groceries.
A New York deli specifically is an institution.
It has been there since long before I arrived and will be there long after.
What do you love most about your neighborhood, Max?
The energy. I can be completely alone in the middle of enormous activity.
Alone in a crowd.
Alone in a crowd is a phrase that means feeling private and personal, even surrounded by people.
That is a very New York thing.
Very New York. The city gives you privacy through scale.
8 million people, and somehow you can feel completely alone. In a good way.
Anonymous means you are not known to the people around you.
Now, the vocabulary for describing any neighborhood?
Starting with location phrases.
I live in the north of, then the city, in the east, in the south, in the west.
I live in the center, or downtown in American English.
I live on the outskirts, on the edge, away from the city center.
Outskirts means the outer areas, not quite countryside, but not central either.
I live about, then how far from the center?
About a 20-minute walk from the main square. About a 10-minute drive from the station.
Now, describing the character of the area.
It is quite residential, mostly housing. Not many shops or offices.
Residential means used primarily for living in.
It is very lively. Lots of activity, bars, restaurants, people on the streets.
It is fairly quiet, calm, and peaceful. Not much noise or traffic.
Fairly means somewhat, to a moderate degree.
It is up and coming, it is changing and improving, new things are opening.
Up and coming means developing and becoming more popular and desirable.
It has a real community feel. Neighbors know each other, people say hello.
Community feel means the sense that people in an area care about each other.
It is quite trendy, fashionable, full of independent shops and coffee places.
Trendy means currently fashionable and popular.
It is a bit touristy, lots of visitors, can be busy and commercial.
Commercial means focused on selling things and making money.
Now, talking about what is nearby.
There is a really good the place just around the corner for me.
Just around the corner means very close, immediately nearby.
There is a park within walking distance.
Within walking distance means close enough to reach on foot without it being a long trip.
There's an excellent in the place about a 5-minute walk away.
5-minute walk, 10-minute walk, these are the units of neighborhood geography.
Geography here means the physical layout and distances of an area.
We do not use kilometers or miles in conversation. We use walk times.
It takes me about 8 minutes to get to the tube station.
Tube is the London Underground. Metro is used in many other cities.
Now, what you love and what you would change.
The best thing about living here is, then, your personal favorite.
The best thing about living here is that everything I need is within a short walk.
The one thing I would change is honest and specific.
The one thing I would change is the parking. It is almost impossible.
Parking. Always parking.
Now, asking someone about their neighborhood.
What is your area like? Simple and open.
Is it easy to get around from where you are? Practical and relevant.
Do you have good transport links? Transport links means connections to buses and trains.
What is the best thing about your street or area?
That last question always gets a good answer.
Because it asks for the personal highlight, the one thing they love most.
And people light up when they talk about what they love.
Light up means their face and voice become more animated and engaged.
Animated means lively and expressive.
One more phrase that is perfect for neighborhood conversations.
Tell us.
It has the quality about it.
It has a great energy about it.
It has a real small town feel about it, even though we are in the middle of the city.
About it adds warmth, it is less definitive than saying it is great energy.
Definitive means stating something absolutely and finally.
It is a softer, more personal observation.
And personal observations are what make neighborhood descriptions worth listening to.
I want to talk about one thing that I think makes neighborhood descriptions special.
Tell us.
The sensory details.
Sensory means relating to what you experience through your senses: sight, sound, smell, touch, taste.
When someone describes a neighborhood using only visual information, it sounds like a map.
Streets, buildings, distances.
But when they add sound and smell, it becomes a place.
It becomes somewhere you can almost visit just by listening.
Tell me what your neighborhood sounds like at different times of day.
Okay, at 6 in the morning, quiet. The city is still waking up, just the occasional taxi.
And at 8?
Completely different. The whole street is alive. People heading to the subway, coffee shops opening.
And at midnight?
Still going. That is New York. There is never true silence.
I love that image. What does your neighborhood smell like?
Honest answer? Bagels from the bakery on the corner in the mornings. Less pleasant things from the bins later in the day.
Authentic.
Very authentic. New York in its full reality.
Authentic means genuine and true, not filtered.
Now that is a description, not just Upper West Side, tall buildings, something you can feel.
Now, the phrases for sensory neighborhood descriptions.
My neighborhood is always, then a sound or activity in the mornings.
There is always the sound of, then something specific, on my street.
In summer, the park near me is then how it changes.
The neighborhood feels different in winter, than how it changes.
These observations take a description from a list of facts to something alive.
Alive here means vivid, felt rather than just heard.
Now, one more useful set of phrases for neighborhood conversations.
Tell us.
Comparing your neighborhood to somewhere else.
Comparing means looking at how two things are similar or different.
It has a similar feel to then somewhere the listener might know.
My neighborhood has a similar feel to Shoreditch, if you know London.
It reminds me of then the place in terms of then the quality.
It reminds me of the Latin Quarter in Paris in terms of the independent bookshops and cafe culture.
Those comparisons help the listener build a picture, even if they have never been.
Build a picture means create a visual and emotional understanding.
It is very different from then the contrast.
It is very different from the center, much quieter and more local.
Local means belonging to and serving the people who actually live there.
Rather than catering to visitors and tourists,
Catering to means designed for and focused on.
now when you have moved neighborhood and can compare.
I used to live in, and this feels then the comparison.
I used to live in a much busier area, and this feels wonderfully calm in comparison.
In comparison means when measured against the other place.
I miss than what you miss, but I love that than what is better here.
I miss the transport links from my old area, but I love that I can hear birds in the morning here.
That kind of answer is genuinely interesting to the person asking.
Because it reveals real preferences, real trade-offs.
Trade-offs means the things you give up in exchange for the things you gain.
And it opens a real conversation about what matters most to people and where they live.
Which is one of the most revealing conversations you can have with someone.
Revealing means it shows you something true about their values and priorities.
Ask anyone what they love about their neighborhood and you learn something real about them.
Every time.
Today's question, describe your neighborhood to us. What is the best thing about where you live?
Tell us in the comments. We want to visit through your descriptions.
If you are enjoying English Nest, please subscribe right now. New episode every single day.
Hit the like button, share with a friend learning English, and we will see you in the next episode.
See you next time, everyone.